One of America's most iconic landmarks is at the center of a political firestorm, and the man who started the fire is now trying to walk away from it. The Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool, the 2,000-foot stretch of water sitting between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, one of the most recognized civic landmarks in the entire United States, is currently mid-renovation. The bottom is being painted what President Donald Trump has called American flag blue. The cost was supposed to be around $1.5 to $2 million. Today, the bill is nearing $15 million. Taxpayer money is funding it. The contractor had never worked a federal job before. Quality problems are showing up in the work itself. A federal lawsuit has been filed to stop it, and the president who personally championed this project is now claiming he had nothing to do with it. This is the story of how a signature Trump vanity project turned into, in the words now circulating across Washington, a huge freaking mess. Let's go back to April of this year. Trump posted a video on Truth Social showing workers clearing green water out of the reflecting pool. The video was set to Andrea Bocelli's Time to Say Goodbye and ended with the words, "Make D.C. beautiful again." Trump wrote alongside it, "This is the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool before Secretary of the Interior Doug Burgum and I fix it. Study it hard because you won't be seeing this Biden filth and incompetence much longer." The framing was clear. This was Trump's project, his idea, his vision, his hands on it personally. And Trump made that even clearer in his own words. In an official White House video, he described exactly how the contractor was chosen. He told viewers he personally called people who had worked on pools for him in the past. He said, and this is a direct quote from that video, "I have a guy who's unbelievable at doing swimming pools." The firm that ultimately got the contract, Atlantic Industrial Coatings, a Virginia-based company, is reported to have previously worked on pools at Trump's golf club in Sterling, Virginia. Trump's administration did not put this contract out for competitive bidding. The Interior Department awarded the contract after invoking emergency procurement powers, typically reserved for situations where delays could cause serious injury to the government. In other words, to skip the normal bidding process required by federal law, the government had to declare this a kind of emergency. That raised eyebrows immediately on Capitol Hill. Democratic Representative Joe Neguse of Colorado confronted Interior Secretary Doug Burgum directly, asking him what the serious injury was that justified bypassing the standard bidding process. Burgum's answer was that 19 fountains were not working. Neguse's response to that was sharp. That's the serious injury? Federal contracting rules require the government to let multiple vendors bid on jobs like this, so taxpayers get their best value. That did not happen here, and the company that did get the job raised its own questions. This was not only the firm's first federal contract, but reporters who examined the company's website noted it appeared to specialize in lining pipes, culverts, and fuel tanks, not historic civic landmarks stretching a third of a mile. Now here's where the numbers become impossible to ignore. In an Oval Office video on April 23rd, Trump told Americans the cost of the project was $1.5 million, comparing it favorably to what he claimed would have been a $300 million effort under previous administrations. That talking point was repeated multiple times. The president said it in interviews, in social media posts, and in public statements. $1.5 to $2 million, a bargain, a win. Federal contract records reviewed by ABC News show the cost is nearing $15 million. The Interior Department originally awarded the Virginia firm $6.9 million for the project on April 3rd, well before Trump publicly floated that $1.8 million figure. Last Friday, the agency awarded the company an additional $6.2 million for what it described as supplemental work within scope. On top of that, the Trump administration paid an additional $1.74 million to an Ohio firm to replace the existing filtration system. So the math is not complicated. The president told the American public this would cost roughly $2 million. The actual cost on the books right now is approaching $15 million. That is nearly 10 times what was promised. And then came the quality problems. According to internal Interior Department documents obtained by the New York Times, staff members raised concerns about the quality and pace of work being carried out by Atlantic Industrial Coatings. The documents showed that bubbles and small holes had appeared in one of the waterproofing layers being sprayed onto the pool, raising concerns that the material was not properly adhering. The uneven application of the tinted waterproofing also left the pool mottled in varying shades of blue. The documents noted both issues were being addressed, but they raised the possibility that the work may not be finished by the government's deadline of May 22nd. That would be a particularly ironic outcome, given that federal bidding laws were bypassed specifically because the government argued there was an urgent need to have the pool ready for the country's 250th anniversary celebrations. The pressure mounted further when a nonprofit filed a federal lawsuit to stop the project entirely. The Cultural Landscape Foundation asked a federal judge to halt the renovation, arguing the project violates federal laws requiring the Interior Department to complete a public consultation process and get input from other federal agencies before beginning the work. The foundation's lawyers wrote in court papers that the government's failure to follow the law before inserting what they called a permanent blemish on the National Mall is causing serious and irreparable harm to the public. Preservation experts have raised a separate concern about what the blue paint will actually do to the visual character of one of America's most visited public spaces. The reflecting pool is designed to be visually invisible, meant to mirror back the gray stone and the surrounding trees. If what visitors see, instead, is an artificial blue color, like a water hazard at a miniature golf course, that could stand out in a jarring way on the National Mall. Now, with costs spiraling, lawsuits filed, quality problems documented in government records, and Congress asking hard questions, President Trump did something that political observers found remarkable given how loudly he claimed this project just weeks earlier. He changed his story. A few weeks ago, Trump boasted in an official White House video about his direct, hands-on role in choosing the contractor, describing how he personally called people who had worked for him in the past to get recommendations. But this week, after the cost figures became public and the criticism intensified, Trump posted a lengthy statement on Truth Social that included this line: "I didn't give out the contract, Interior did, to a contractor I did not know and have never used before." In the span of a few weeks, the president went from "I have a guy who's unbelievable at doing pools" to "I did not know this contractor." Those two statements cannot both be true. The fact that the president's version of events is already evolving so rapidly has led political analysts to suggest he recognizes he has a burgeoning political problem on his hands. Trump also launched a late-night counteroffensive against the New York Times for reporting the cost figures, posting at 1:12 in the morning to call the paper one of the worst newspapers anywhere in the world, and insisting that previous administrations had squandered at least $55 million trying and failing to fix the reflecting pool. It is true that the Obama administration oversaw a major renovation from 2010 to 2012 that cost about $34 million, addressing structural repairs. The Biden administration considered a far more extensive reconstruction, estimated at hundreds of millions of dollars, though that proposal was never implemented. Trump has used those numbers to argue his project is the smarter, cheaper alternative, but those comparisons involve structurally different projects, and the cost of his own effort continues to climb. The broader contradiction has not been lost on political observers. Trump has called for investigations into perceived political enemies he accuses of cost overruns and mismanagement. He called the Federal Reserve's building renovation the most egregious example of cost overruns he had ever seen, and suggested the Fed chair should face consequences over it. He pulled federal funding from California's high-speed rail project, specifically over escalating costs. Yet, on this project, when asked directly about the gap between what he promised and what the contracts show, Trump has deflected, denied, and changed his story. What this story ultimately reveals goes beyond one pool renovation. It speaks to accountability in government spending, to the use of emergency contracting powers to bypass competitive bidding on non-emergency projects, to the preservation of national landmarks that belong to all Americans, and to whether the standards a president applies to others will ever be applied to himself. The reflecting pool has stood on the National Mall since 1923. It has reflected the Lincoln Memorial through wars, civil rights marches, inaugurations, and national grief. How it looks, what it costs to maintain, and who is responsible when things go wrong are questions worth demanding real answers to. The deadline to finish this project is May 22nd. The lawsuit is working through the courts. The quality problems are being addressed, according to government statements. And the president, who once said this was his project, his guy, his vision, is now pointing at the Interior Department and walking in the other direction. The American people are still holding the bill.